stadium, the biggest ever in the world. Do you know any other one around the world that has this capacity? There's space for you, there's space for everyone, because on this program we get everybody involved. We talk sports, every kind of sports around the world. Even in space, we have correspondents who give us feedback from there. My name is Ted. Welcome to the program. Of course, I'm running this alone today. Buchi is a little bit under the weather, slightly, not that much. Of course, he's a strong man. You're going to see him back shortly. He's just taking some time out to rest. We have a lot of news. A lot will be happening today in the world of sports as World Cup qualifiers begin across the world. Some games have taken place already. International friendlies are taking place around the world as well. Some teams have to win today or the return leg next week to be able to qualify for Russia 2018, or their chances are totally dampened. Some matches are going on. Of course, remember South Africa and Senegal had a very scandalous game that FIFA banned a Ghanaian referee for life. Was suspicion that he actually altered the result of the game, and he was banned, and the game has to be replaced. So South Africa is taking on Senegal as we speak. We'll bring you details of that in the course of the program. Tyson Fury is talking. Anthony Joshua is talking. There's a lot in the world of boxing going on. There's been so much talk. We were expecting this fight. Of course, the hype matches the nature of the fight that we're expecting. We're expecting this fight to take place sometime next year. Will Fury get his license back? With the anti-doping body in the UK grant him permission to fight again based on revelations of what he did the other time when he had to be stripped of his belts? Will he get his license back? Eddie Hearn is talking. He's making a lot of noise about the fact that he wants to bring Joshua the best fights ever. Of course, on his own part is business. On the part of Joshua is professionalism. There are so many other people out there. Wilder is there. Parker is there. There are two best out there that Joshua says he wants to get. Will he get them back? Or will he be knocked out by some people who are making a whole lot of noise in the world of boxing? Tennis is around the corner, of course. The ATP All World Tour Finals starts on the 12th of this month. That's a couple of days' time. That should be on Sunday in London. Who and who will be there? We gave you a rundown of players that will be there. But are there injury concerns? Will Rafa Nadal be able to play? Andy Murray is not going to participate because he has just recovered from a long-term injury that he had since August. He's talking about the fact that he will rest and prepare for Australia. That's Brisbane next year, the first Grand Slam of the year. These are many more in the world of sports we'll be giving you. Of course, we'll have update from our reporter, D1, about the situation in the Super Eagles camp and the match that we're anticipating tonight in Algiers. Is it a do-or-die game for the Super Eagles? Are we just testing other players, or are we shaping the World Cup team as it should be? Please do stay with us. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll give you details of this and many other sports. Stay with us.
As a business owner, you may be asking yourself for reasons why you should advertise with Human Rights Radio. Well, I will give you 5. 1. We operate a 24-hour Facebook TV that accommodates all our shows, and with 50,000 views per show. 2. All around the world, millions of people tune into our station live on our Human Rights Radio app, available on Android and iOS. 3. We are employing over 2,000 conversers ready to attend to all your advertising needs. 4. With our very affordable rates, you are guaranteed the best value for your money. 5. We go beyond radio and can be found on all other social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope, proving that while other stations enjoy listenership, we enjoy followership. The question shouldn't be reasons why you should advertise with Human Rights Radio. The real question is reasons why you haven't. Welcome to Nigeria's first magazine radio, Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
When I was a little boy, I couldn't speak. I grew up living the same life. No one to talk to, no one to stand for me. Yeah. My freedom was taken from me. Hey. Only God has been my defender. Yeah. No man could stand for me. Till I met Human Rights Radio. Everything now has changed. Oh yeah. Human Rights Radio. Oh yeah. Human Rights Radio. Human Rights Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Everybody say Human Rights Radio. Human Rights Radio. Human Rights Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Yeah. Human Rights Radio. Human Rights Radio.
Human Rights Radio. 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1.
Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. We have 101 million capacity stadium, the biggest in the world. Let's head to the world of tennis. Andy Murray has come out to say he will only return to full tennis when he's 100% fit. Of course, he played against Roger Federer in an exhibition match in Glasgow on Tuesday, but he said the hip felt a little bit better, having undergone surgery for some time now. He has recovered, but of course his movement on the court was not as smooth and fast as the Andy Murray that we used to know. And he says he can only return to full-time tennis when he's very fit. He's looking at Australia Open, the first Grand Slam of the 2018 season, as a point when he should come back to full tennis. A lot of players have been injured. I mean, resting Novak Djokovic, of course. Rafa Nadal is battling with injuries. His knee, he pulled out of the Paris Masters because of the injury, and he's been resting. We're not very sure if we're going to see Rafa Nadal on Sunday in the ATP World Tour Finals to play. But we are very sure that definitely if he rests or if he's not able to participate in the competition this Sunday, we should see Rafa Nadal in Brisbane come 2018. Novak Djokovic is there. Juan Martín del Potro, of course, he lost to John Isner in the Paris Masters, not because he was injured, but because of a long-term injury he has been having on his wrist and his arm. He recovered from it, but he returned too quickly and is having to battle with that. Of course, we're seeing a lot of this, even in the WTA, the ladies part with tennis as well, a lot of injuries, a lot of them pulled out of competitions this season and have been resting to see if they will recover for the Grand Slam of next year. So we're just about to see the return of most of the big names in tennis in 2018. If you don't see them at the ATP World Tour Finals, don't be very surprised because they are injured. To the world of boxing, Anthony Joshua, of course, is expected to have a match lined up for him by his promoter, Eddie Hearn. Tyson Fury came out to respond to Anthony Joshua's tweet that Tyson Fury is out of shape and he should lose some weight before thinking of facing him in the ring. Fury came out to say, well, I have lost some weight. I have lost 9 lbs and I'm ready to face you. I'm ready to fight with you. Parker, on the other hand, is there thinking that if Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua, he should be on the line to fight him, because he's thinking of upgrading his category, in the weight category, to fight Joshua so that he can be among those. But Joshua thinks he needs to get a belt from Parker as well. 2 belts out there that are remaining for him to collect into his armory of belts that he has won amazingly. Of course, we've been joking on this program. Jokingly, we've been saying it, but Buchi and I joked about it here. But we think it might come to that day when we see Anthony Joshua fight in Nigeria if we put right pegs in the right holes to arrange for such. It is very, very possible. Of course, the legendary Muhammad Ali of blessed memory took a fight to African, Rumble in the Jungle. He did that for a purpose. And we have nothing to do but to support our own, to see if we can have him here in Nigeria someday fight. Some time ago, some people went over there to Cardiff to support him and cheer him. There were condemnations that they just went for some kind of jamboree, but I think the governor who organized that trip and supported it, and was supported by also the federal government, had his own reasons to do that, to show him that, well, if you are proud to identify with Nigeria as your home country, then let us show you that we are proud of you too as a boy. So we're hoping that one day, someday soon, we might just see Anthony Joshua in Nigeria fight. But of course, we're waiting to see that big fight, the biggest fight in Britain, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He's still in the pipeline. That's why we're still talking about it. He's been promoted. Eddie Hearn is making a lot of noise about it. He wants to be the best promoter around Europe, and that is actually coming to pass. If this fight takes place, definitely, he might just become the biggest promoter around. I might just push Anthony Joshua to go to Vegas, where it all happens when it comes to the world of boxing. Formula One. The Brazil Grand Prix is on. The practice drive is already taking place. And of course, the usual suspects are there. Lewis Hamilton has already clinched the best record this season. But of course, it's still very relevant that he does something significant there. He's already started doing it in the test drive. Will he get a pole position to start? But on Sunday, we'll find out again which team, which driver ends up the best. And as Abu Dhabi draws near after Brazil, it will be Abu Dhabi. That's the last race for the year. We'll see which driver is outstanding. But Sebastian Vettel is actually trying as much as possible to make sure that he doesn't end the year with a very low record or on the low standing on the F1 ranking. We're going to see a lot of that. Verstappen is there, don't forget. There are so many other teams. It's not just Mercedes and Ferrari. Renault is there. Force India is there. Toro Rosso is there. There are big teams that want to make sure that they end the year well, so that next season they'll have a lot to show the other big teams are established that, of course, we have good drivers and we have good vehicles. If the engine issue is actually rectified and all teams agree in 2021 to use the engine as Formula One organizers are considering, probably we'll have a better race. But what will it be without Ferrari? They're threatening to pull out because some teams are disagreeing with the arrangements in place because of engines. But we'll take a look at that along the line in the program or in subsequent bulletins concerning sports on this program. We'll see how that will affect racing. Of course, NASCAR is there doing their own. Is it possible that Ferrari could pull out some teams to go and start their own race, have new sponsors? That would be a very big blow of Formula One, and I think it will be less attractive if that happens. A lot will be happening today in the world of football in Algeria. The Super Eagles will be there, and I'm expecting to get in touch with D1 to speak to him to see what is happening in the camp. How ready are we? Is it a very important game for us? Do we have to risk our big players to play? Some games are going on already, as I said earlier on the program. But one of the big ones that concerns me is the fact that England has called up Tammy Abrahams, a player who was actually approached and spoken to by the NFL president Amaju Pinnick to play for Nigeria. He said due to family considerations, he opted for England rather than play for Nigeria. Not just that, there's another young chap, Tayo Edun, who has been called up by England as well. He's a Nigerian playing in England in the Premier League, in the Championship rather. We are losing a lot of these very, very young talents to some of these countries. What could be the reasons why they don't want to play for their country? Are we not motivating them enough? Or are there bottlenecks back home here that make these guys choose to play for other countries? You look at some of them that have played. Some players have played for other countries before. Sometimes you are called up. You have a chance to play 1 or 2 or 3 games. And that's the end. Are they not learning from the lessons of some of these old players that left and played for some of these countries? It's a surprise to me. Are we not monitoring our players enough? Are we not putting good offers on the table by the administration? It is difficult. It is still difficult. We don't have them. If you give you a list of players who are playing for other countries, so many excellent players not playing for Nigeria. We're still inviting old players. Of course, the current coach of the Super Eagles has tried. We have some new players, some players who have agreed to play for the country, yes. But we're still inviting or relying on some old players rather than developing. Some countries can actually, England, Germany, Spain, Brazil, can actually flout like 5 teams at the same time, completely. And nothing will happen. They'll play well at the development level from under 17, under 19, under 21, under 23, before they get to the Olympics level under 23. Some of these countries make sure that they take very good care of these athletes. Here, it's a long story anyway. I'll open the phone lines for you to be a part of the show if you want to make any contribution. What are your hopes for the game today, especially in Algeria? We have met, Nigeria and Algeria have met so many times. I'll give you the countdown of how many times we have met. It's been a lot. Back in the days, I remember the days of Ernest Okonkwo, the legendary commentator who is late now, of blessed memory, where he used to run commentaries. Sometimes you hear Algeria, you hear Nigeria, you don't know exactly who scored first, or who equalized, or who didn't score, because of the similarity of the names. We have had players from both teams play in foreign leagues and deliver excellently. The current coach of Algeria, Rabamaja, was also always a pain in our neck in Nigeria as a senior team. He's a coach now. This will be his first test, assist test for him, playing against Super Eagles, who have already qualified for Russia 2018. The game is not really very important, but of course, it is good to test these players that we're taking to Russia and see if we can gel them together. And I guess that is what the coach is doing. But my conversation with one of our in-house analysts reveals that the team no longer has a psychologist. I am shocked to hear that because they play a very key role in making the team be together. I mean, there are so many aspects that a psychologist plays in the team. If we don't have, why? And monies are allocated for the role of a psychologist. We do not have one. But I will talk to an authority probably within the week who will confirm that to us if it is just a rumor or if this is true. And we will ask questions on this program why that is happening. And if that is happening, is that supposed to be? We don't have to rely on psychologists from clubs of this where these players are playing. We need our own at the national team level. That is a very, very critical department in the national team. If we do not have that, that would be a shame. It would be an embarrassment. The number to call to be a part of this program is 081 89 99 1011. I'm trying to connect to D1, but network seems to be a little difficult. D1, if you can call me, I want to get a full report of what is happening in the Super Eagles camp and preparations for this game that is coming up tonight. I'll take a very short break. When I come back, I'll give you details of what has been going on between Nigeria and Algeria over the years, all the games played, and the games are expected to take place tonight, both international friendlies and World Cup qualifiers. Do stay with us.
A big disgrace, waving your banner all over the
Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. This is the stadium where we discuss every sport played on the surface of the earth. My name is Ted. Before I went on the break, we were talking about the game that is coming up, and I think I have D1 on the line. Let me try to see if I can connect. Hello, D1.
Hello, good evening, Ted.
Yes, D1, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
How's been your day?
Fine, well done.
So the match comes up, the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Algeria, last World Cup qualifier game, even though we have qualified. When does this match take place? Today?
Yeah, definitely the match is going to take place in Portland time, and to start by 8:30 p.m. Nigeria time.
Okay.
And the team list was just released not quite long, and the list after between the six we are going to have the real suspects.
Yes.
The back right wing we are going to have Shehu Abdullahi.
Okay.
While from the left wing we are going to have Ola Aina. Ola Aina is replacing Ederson Chidile that was injured.
Okay.
And he's coming to Ederson Chidile.
Yes.
At the middle, the 5 and 6 we have Leon Balogun and William Trust Ekon. The solid rock that's going to man the back for us. Okay. We have at the middle of the park Obele Tebo is coming in to replace Genion Nancy, which was injured.
Yes.
We also have John Nogu. John Nogu is coming in to replace John Mikel Obi. Mikel Obi is not in the match today on the bench. But
why is Mikel not starting?
Mikel is not that fit. He sustained a little bit of knock and came late to join the team in Morocco before they departed to Algeria. So the coach just want to give him a little bit of rest so that we have time to play against Argentina come Tuesday.
Okay.
In the middle of the park as well, we have Wilfred Ndidi.
Yes.
The Leicester City strong man is there for us at the middle of the park.
Okay.
While up front we have Alex Iwobi, we have Kelechi Iheanacho,
yes,
and Anthony Wakeme. Anthony Wakeme is replacing Ojo Judigalo, who also sustained injury and is not among the people who will play tonight. But I must report to you that with this kind of squad that we have tonight, despite the fact that today's match is a dead rubber game, you remember their coach is talking tough. They are not going to just lie down in silence, allow Super Eagles to just come and override them over there, and with their fans behind them. It's going to be an interesting encounter. And it's also interesting that Nigeria and Algeria we met 19 times.
Yes.
Nigeria won 8 times.
Yes.
Algeria won 7 times, and we have 4 draws shared between 2 of them.
So it's a close game. It's a very close game. It might be ordinary for Nigeria, but Algeria is taking it very serious. Yes.
Algeria won 7 times and we have 4 draws.
4 draws,
so
okay.
The likes of Mares, Flamini, they are going to play against Nigeria today. So it's going to be an interesting match. You could also recall that the last time Nigeria met Algeria right there with you, that was November 12, 2016. The World Cup qualifier first leg. Nigeria defeated Algeria by 3 goals to 1.
Yes.
And they don't just want us to come to their Constant team in Nigeria and just beat them like that. So they want to unleash their first squad against Nigeria for bragging rights.
Okay. So do you want, you were talking about the fact that yesterday when we spoke, even though we'll follow this matter up tomorrow on the program when we have longer time, you spoke about the fact that the team no longer has a psychologist. Is that true?
Definitely, with what is happening, when Robinson Okosun left that team some years now, we've not had anybody occupying the post of psychologist. And you know the importance of psychologists in any team.
Yes.
Is the one that will sack them up.
Of course.
I don't want complacency to just set in, believing that it's qualified.
Yes.
This one will help them a lot to build their morale against ahead of the matches that we have.
Yes.
Like Argentina, we are going to play them on Tuesday, and we know how ranked Argentinas are.
Yes.
So if we can beat Argentina, I think we have our head up waiting for December when the draw will be made by FIFA.
Is it because Messi is not playing that you think we can beat Argentina?
Not because of Messi, but I think with the momentum in camp right now, and with the feelers that we're getting from Algeria, it really shows that these new players that are just coming in, they are hungry to play for this country. Many of them have been online for long. They are expecting this. And at the same time, Ted, I want you to know that any player that is tuned in today is being up to expectations. Such players will not get to play for Nigeria. So definitely they just need to grab this opportunity and play their heart out so that at the end of the day we get better results.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, D1, for the feedback. We're glad that we don't have fresh injury worries. Because
no injury worry for now. No injury worry.
Okay. Thanks so much, D1. We hope to see you. We hope to see you. Tomorrow, yes, on the stadium tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yes. Yeah. This is the Stadium on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. That was our reporter D1 giving us details of the Super Eagles game, which will take place tonight in Algiers by 8:30 Nigerian time. Where will we be at that point? We will be cheering. We'll be cheering Nigeria because we are passionate and we're committed lovers of football. It's 2-0 by halftime in South Africa. Senegal is leading. I hope it's a clean result. It's not a result that FIFA will come up and say the referee has done something bad again. So Senegal having that advantage over South Africa, who were, by the way, very happy when they defeated us in the Nations Cup qualifiers when they came to Uyo. Gladly, but of course they're having a bite of what the Senegalese, the West African brothers can do. All the way. There are other matches coming up today. Let me give you a little bit of that lineup. Already there was an international friendly today, Brazil and Japan. Neymar scored, but also missed a penalty. The game ended 3-1. Japan were very happy to score that one goal, even though it was just an international friendly. Other games that you look out for today include Northern Ireland and Switzerland have already played. Switzerland won a controversial penalty as well. Okay, I have a caller on the line here. Hello, good evening and welcome to the stadium. Good evening, welcome to the stadium. My name is Ted. Hello, what's your name?
This is Valentine.
Oh, Valentine, it's been a long time. Welcome to the program. Do you think Algeria will defeat us today?
Maybe we are praying that Nigeria will break the yoke of steady beating of Algeria against Super Eagles. We hope and we are praying that today that court will break.
Okay.
So Nigeria is going to win.
Okay.
With the grace of God.
Okay. That's why, Valentine. Tomorrow I will remind you. I will tell you the scoreline. Whatever way it goes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling on the program.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Other games coming up today. Croatia has already played Greece. They won 4-1. Honduras will play Australia. South Africa is at home to Senegal. Like I said, it's 2-0. It's first half. Algeria at home to Nigeria by 8:30. Sweden at home to Italy. Zambia at home to Cameroon. Of course, both of them are out of the World Cup, but of course, this will be games of pride. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stadium. Oh, the call disconnected. Please do call us back. I have just a few minutes to wrap up the program. Cote d'Ivoire is at home against Morocco. That's a match to watch out for us, where that will be a cracker. Congo DR is at home to Guinea. That's another big game in Africa. Denmark is at home to Republic of Ireland. Switzerland, Northern Ireland, almost over. Of course, over actually. So those are the matches to watch out for. There are many other games, but of course, tomorrow again in the evening by 6 o'clock, we'll be here. Buchi will be here. Hopefully, he'll get over. G1 will be here. Our big brother Aminu will be around as well. We'll discuss other sports. What we started discussing yesterday will continue tomorrow, and we'll discuss all the matches that are taking place today. And we'll look at the necessity of some of the international friendlies that the Super Eagles are lining up. Of course, we're happy that we got a country like Argentina. England is playing Germany. Of course, those are big teams. So if we play these games, I'm very sure that our ranking will improve. Our players' psychology, of course, will boost. And then we'll be proud that at least we're playing bigger teams, not unknown countries where you have to use Google Earth to locate exactly where they are. Things are changing the way I see it coming. That's the size of the program this evening. Thank you for being there. Those who attempted to call and you didn't get through, tomorrow you have a bigger time. We'll give you a lot of time from the beginning of the program to make your calls. Thanks to Brownie, thanks to Chike, and thanks to Blessed, who are there in the production rooms, making sure that everything reaches you. You can join us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. Of course, we cover all these social media platforms. We're there live. If you can't listen to us on radio, you can watch us live. You can make your contributions. We'll give a voice to your text messages and your reactions to the programs tomorrow, where we come. On behalf of everybody, thank you for being a part of this. My name is